I really want to bring the viewer with me to see this magnificent scene. And the only way I can do that is to tell the story with my camera. I've got one shot at it. Someone looks at that image, they've got a couple of seconds. They'll decide whether they're going to keep looking or move on to the next image. Looks like I might have some decent clouds. My composition is going to be kind of right here. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. But and kind of capture hopefully some of the red hues in the sky. Not a lot of cloud coverage, but it might work. Predictions were heavy clouds today, and I'm just not seeing that. Maybe they're going to roll in, but virtually no wind either. So let me see what I can do with this composition.
It's not a mastery of technical abilities that most improve one's photography, but rather a mastery of composing an image with a well-practiced eye.
I would say that early morning arch photography is not the easiest photography. Composing your image is difficult in low light, and therefore getting your composition right is difficult. But you really have to be at a place like this and set up well in advance. You can't just walk out here right at the break of dawn and the sun's peeking over the horizon and just walk up and set everything up and make it happen. It really, even though I've been to this location before and I had an idea of the composition that I was going to make, I still needed to get here early in order to set up and get everything tweaked in. And I still don't have my composition firmly set. So, and sometimes you have to adapt to the situation and to the environment in order to get the best composition. Plus, one thing to be mindful of in situations like this, I'm right near the edge of this cliff here, and if I fell off, or tripped and fell, I might survive that, but I'd rather not find out. But it's always best to be mindful of your footing and just take things slow and don't get in a hurry and trying to chase the light and beat everything and you fall over the side. So best to be cautious. Being aware of your surroundings, super important.
As Ansel Adams once said, you don't take a photograph, you make it. Once a photographer realizes the significance of light quality, one begins to see the most improvement in their work. Just think about the best landscape images you've ever seen. They are often of sunrise and sunset images. As someone very passionate about landscape photography, I quickly realized that getting up early and going to bed late was paramount to capturing the images that inspired me. If you regularly watch my channel, you'll likely know that I prefer sunrise over sunset. However, there's a reason you don't see many people at dawn. Pulling oneself out of a warm, cozy bed takes discipline, but for me, it's a requirement. In any case, the key ingredients to a great image involve discipline first and foremost. Of course, the proper use of gear, interweaving environmental conditions, and a good eye for composition will go a long way towards upping one's photography game.
As a landscape photographer, there's a lot to be said about returning to the same places over and over again. Sometimes you talk to some family members and they always ask, oh, why are you going back to the same location? You've been there a dozen times. And it's all about being here a dozen times in the right conditions at the right time to capture the right image. And I think that I've captured an image I'll be happy with. I think the skies were okay. Really high dynamic range, but I captured enough images that I can blend together everything in Photoshop and not a lot of wind. So I think it'll be okay. But yeah, I think I've captured an image I'll be very happy with. And I've been here, I don't know how many times, and I've never come away with an image that I thought I'd be happy with. So at least I'm leaving with one I think I'll be happy with. So I know these arches can be difficult to shoot, and I guess if you're that good, you can just come down here and walk in and pull your camera out and take a picture, and it's just spectacular. But that's not me. I've got to spend a little time here and really just kind of hone my composition and make sure that things are placed where they need to be. Because when you get back in post-processing, it's over. So you see things in post-processing that you don't see in the field. At least I do anyway. But coming back to the same location as a landscape photographer is just something that you have to do to get the composition that you're really happy with. And even then, sometimes I wonder if I'll be happy with anything. So, and that might be the case. And I think that's a little bit of artistic expression. You have this vision, or at least I do, of what I want to capture and how I want that to fold out and what kind of story I want that to tell. And if I can't do that this time, then I'll do it next time or the time after that. And maybe I'll never accomplish it. But I think that's part of the art of landscape photography. It's part of the fun of landscape photography. It's trying to make your vision a reality. I really want to bring the viewer with me to see this magnificent scene. And the only way I can do that is to tell the story with my camera. I've got one shot at it. Someone looks at that image, they've got a couple of seconds. They'll decide whether they're going to keep looking or move on to the next image. And I'd like to have the image that the viewer looks at and spends some good quality time with that image and really looks it over and says, wow, that's beautiful. Where is that? I want to go there. I want to see that. What's that made of? Wow, how did that form like that? That's my goal. And if I can make myself happy, I think that's first and foremost. That's the most important thing. And if no one likes my image, well, then so what? If I'm happy with it, I'm happy with it. I captured one the other day in the Red River Gorge. I really wasn't too thrilled with it at the time, but when I got back in post-processing, I really looked at the way the composition was laid out, the colors, the leading lines, and, I really liked it. It may be not a 5-star image, but it's a 3, and I'm happy with it. So, and it tells the story. But anyway, yeah, it's truly beautiful. These arches are just amazing. If you haven't been to the Red River Gorge, and certainly if you're close by, you need to get down here. But and an arch like this is, I don't know, it's maybe half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile, but not a very far, not even really a hike, just a short kind of walk. But and if you have the opportunity to be at the gorge, I think you should come down and check it out. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, well, I think I'll maybe scour around and look for a few more compositions and see if I can line up anything else. Still got some great light. But yeah. Anyway, I'll show at least one video or one image at the end, and I hope you like it. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it. But anyway, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of any future videos that I post. And as always, I guess if I don't see you down the road, maybe I'll see you on the trail.
Of all the images I've captured of Skybridge over the years, I find this one the most appealing. I really like the subtle shades of red and pastel skies on the horizon. As usual, I see room for improvement. But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. But I'd rather say practice makes improvements. Although I like this image very much, I plan to return to Skybridge in the near future to continue practicing the art of photography.